This guy has literally resurrected his dying hair follicles back to life. Like, how is this even possible? Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video on my channel, Hairliciously. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe so that you guys are updated on hair loss and hair transplant topics, as well as updates on current hair loss treatments in the pipelines. Visit my website at hairliciously.com to purchase your microneedling device, which is scientifically proven to stimulate hair growth, my low-level laser therapy cap, DHT blocking shampoo, conditioner, and serum, hair growth vitamins, and a few other products to help those who are losing hair. So in today's video topic, I wanted to share with you yet another simple but mind-blowing hair regrowth transformation. You know, we see a lot of these incredible hair loss reversals on Reddit, on different hair loss forums, on places like YouTube. And it's always fascinating for me to see just how well someone can respond to treatment in just a few months. I think it's very important to share these kind of results so that people can continue to be more motivated and to realize that being on consistent treatments is key, and that it is possible to sometimes reverse hair loss to the point where, a hair transplant may not even be warranted. So this guy goes by username spiritualist2769 on Reddit. He lives in Canada, and he shared with us his incredible 9-month journey while on finasteride and minoxidil. So this is a photo of him before treatment. And we can see that there is some pretty aggressive diffuse pattern hair loss afflicted on the mid-scalp and crown area. The hairline also looks pretty weak. The hairs are just barely holding on. And had this guy continue to not start his hair loss treatment, he's probably going to be well on his way to a Nord 7 in a relatively short period of time. Now, if you guys also read through the comments, he revealed that he is currently 23 years of age. He started his hair loss at 22. So his hair loss definitely is more on the aggressive side, especially for someone as young as he is, which means that he has a higher sensitivity to androgens, particularly DHT, which, as we know, is one of the main causes of hair follicle miniaturization. And then fast forward to 9 months of consistent treatment on just conventional finasteride and minoxidil protocol. This guy has literally resurrected his dying hair follicles back to life. Like, how is this even possible? It's just crazy. It's incredible to see how much hair he has able to gain back to the point where you can't even tell that this guy was balding in the first place. It's almost unbelievable that this after photo is the same guy as the before photo. And it's also crazy to see just how much improvement that there was to his hair. Now, the first noticeable thing is obviously the increased density. His hairline, kind of like the mid-scalp, the vertex area, it's as if he were never afflicted with hair loss in the first place. But what I also noticed, and some of the commenters have been saying, was that there was a huge difference to the color of his hair. Previously, his hair in the before photo appeared much lighter in texture, but 9 months in, it's definitely gotten darker and healthier. And for this very reason, there are some people in the post who are calling out BS and saying that this guy was not the same person as the before and after photos. And I honestly don't think that this guy is lying, because his results, to be honest, there's nothing for him to really gain by simply lying. It's not like Rogaine or the company Merck is paying him for his Reddit posts. So surprisingly, there's actually been a lot of posts of people who have hair loss and have also experienced a change in hair color. A lot of people experiencing hair loss who had miniaturizing dying hair follicles have reported a darker and healthier hair complexion after seeing good improvement while on hair loss medications like 5-AR inhibitors, anti-androgens, growth stimulants. So the Reddit poster also experienced the same phenomenon, and this is due to the fact that when the hair follicles are miniaturizing and when they're dying out, it also loses pigment, especially a reduction in melanocytes, which actually causes miniaturizing hairs to get lighter in color and texture. And once the miniaturizing hairs are reversed through the aid of hair loss meds, the melanocytes in the hair follicle bulb are able to regenerate for melanin production, and thus it's going to create more healthier and more darker hairs. Now, if you also look at the wrinkles on his forehead in both his before and after photos, it's definitely him. The same creases are there. And, as far as his specific hair loss treatment regimen for the past 9 months, he's been splitting the 5 milligram finasteride oral tablet Prosker into fourths and taking 1.25 milligram daily. And, let me remind you that based on several finasteride studies, there isn't really much difference between DHT inhibition from 1 milligram to 0.5 milligram. But anyway, he's also using Minoxidil. He's using Rogaine for about 3 months, but he switched from foam to liquid version as he felt that it was absorbing better. He's been using it twice a day, 5%, once in the morning, once at night. And I think most people, including myself, actually switch from liquid to the foam version because the foam version tends to be a little bit less greasy. It absorbs and dries up much quicker than the liquid version. It also doesn't contain propylene glycol, which means fewer side effects or allergic reactions. But for him, he actually went from foam to liquid. He's been doing just fine with the liquid version. Now, someone also asked him if he experienced any adverse side effects from finasteride, and he replied that he actually hadn't, had any. And I think this is the main problem when it comes down to those who are hesitant about using finasteride, because all of these fear mongers on hair loss forums, finasteride has been depicted as a hair loss medication that is unfortunately associated with sexual dysfunction. But to me, I'm a numbers guy. I graduated college with a degree in mathematics, and when you're discussing about side effects for medications, I want to see the numbers and the percentages. Most studies reference 3 to 5% as far as side effects, and this is still a relatively low percentage. And let me reassure you that most people who are taking finasteride are not going to experience any adverse side effects. The numbers are to our advantage. The drug's been readily available for well over 2 decades. There's been multiple clinical studies on its efficacy and safety. It's been FDA approved specifically for the treatment of hair loss. And there's countless number of people and cases where it's been shown to have favorable results. I'm not going to argue on whether someone should or shouldn't take finasteride. That's solely based on your risk tolerance. But for those people who are still reluctant but still want to consider taking it, I would recommend that you guys get baseline blood work done. Testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, estradiol, DHT at a minimum, so that you guys have a baseline to reference back to in the unlikely event that you do experience adverse side effects from finasteride. Anyway, this guy did see some tremendous results. He's lucky because not everyone is going to see the same results and respond favorably as he has. I would recommend those who are just starting off on hair loss treatments to microdose finasteride. Start with 0.25 or 0.5 milligram. I would also recommend that you guys incorporate microneedling into your hair loss treatment regimen. There's plenty of studies that show that you get better results when you pair up minoxidil with microneedling. And ultimately, the bottom line here is that you have to be consistent with treatment. While this guy saw some incredible and crazy results, he is going to lose all of his hair if he decides to stop treatment. It all comes down to being consistent with treatment, as it's going to require a lifelong commitment and over the years down the road to tweak up whatever treatment, hair loss treatment that you're on. Sometimes even finasteride, dutasteride, minoxidil can lose its efficacy in the long run. So you need to continue to reassess, look into other available treatments. It's also a good idea to incorporate something like an anti-androgen to block the androgen receptors from binding to androgens. Eat healthy, exercise, try to maintain a healthy, stress-free lifestyle. And this is going to help in keeping your hair in top-notch shape. Anyway, guys, that wraps up this video for today. I am super excited that this guy is able to basically resurrect his dying hair follicles back to life. It's one of the best results that I've seen in a while. Hopefully he's going to be able to maintain what he has and have not to resort to a hair transplant later down the road. Let me know in the comments below on what your thoughts are on this guy's hair loss reversal. Also, I hold one-on-one consultations for those who need help on figuring out what hair loss treatments to get on. Maybe you are looking for a good hair transplant doctor but don't know where to start or who to choose or who to go with. Or perhaps you just need someone to talk with about your hair loss situation. You can visit my website at hairliciously.com to book your online consultation. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your support. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Take care, guys.